it.
Like, yeah, it just flips people off.
Um,
The best.
then yeah, I would say well subtle spell is generally good, and I do take it when I make sorcerers. Um, for you, I would suggest probably taking quicken spell, so you can quicken off like a scorching ray, and then action firebolt.
Yeah, yeah, because if I'm just like,
Because
yeah, if I
yeah,
could just
yeah,
like do a twin
you're
spell haste and then do a quicken spell on my next
well,
turn.
yeah, because you can't use because if you use quicken spell on anything that because you can only cast a cantrip and a leveled spell in a turn, right? But
Yeah.
um, you could hypothetically quicken like again scorching gray or lightning bolt, and then switch into firebolt as your action.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated. Soul, you might notice that I updated Arson's token.
In fact, um, oh, thank you.
I see semi-official art of your characters, and I will use it. It's what Lunar did. Bullied a friend into making pictures of Liv and Audrey.
Yes.
Yeah, that does go for the rest of you as well. If you make something that is official or semi-official, or commission slash bully an artist to do it for you, I will turn it into a token because it's probably going to be more accurate than whatever I find off the internet.
I don't know. I had a great fondness for the Unabomber. I think he captured Arson's spirit pretty well.
Well,
I would love to hire an artist to draw my character. I just need money first.
uh, uh, yeah,
I don't have art friends to manipulate
That
into
sounds
doing it for free.
that sounds like a you problem.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I mean, I've
Uh,
done some drawings. I mean, yeah, you've seen some of my drawings. It's just I don't
Yeah,
feel
I
that
do.
comfortable or that confident in my drawing abilities.
um, yeah, I don't know if said art friend palms are currently open. I can get you their terms of service.
There is a subreddit that you can
Hmm.
ask for free art. I can send you the link to that Reddit.
Sure, why not? I might get lucky.
Yeah. But
Anyways, so recap. Well, it's been a long time since Arson was here.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I got kidnapped to Ireland.
it's okay. We set up like one of those hamster water bottles, a feeding bowl, and a hamster wheel in your room. You're set.
Sick.
Yeah, nothing important happened, just like the party fighting a dragon. Or a dragon knight, to be specific. But that's not what happened last week. Last week, you decided how you were going to pay the attic goblin to teleport you.
Thanks for your
Decide
charitable contribution, Arson.
and Starabon because you decided to pick their pockets to pay.
Well, okay. So to our credit with that one, we actually used Sturbon to pay for Sturbon. Arson just straight up robbed Arson. Liv just straight up robbed Arson.
And I'll have to get back how much you have to pay, or subtract from your character sheets, Starabon and Soul, as I don't remember that off the top of my head.
How much was it?
I want to say 48 for you, Arson.
48 gold?
Yeah, because Liv also paid for you.
Okay.
Even though you didn't, come. So.
I mean, you had a grand total of 120 gold to pay for both teleportations. And that was just split up between everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But once you got through, you found yourselves in a city where no one spoke common. And you had to rely on the translation skills of Fleur, Silvar, and Gorza. Dehun and Gorza got a little lost. Liv had the benefit of having or being with her wife. Which I don't remember if you were around when that happened, Soul, but that happened. Liv and Fleur are now officially married, legally speaking.
Yay.
Dehun took the news very well. By very well, he tried to imitate Minecraft.
In what sense?
Punching a tree.
Oh.
Um,
Oh god, buddy. That's not gonna get you anything.
He's lucky he was wearing plate mail, or else he probably would have broken his knuckles.
It's like he'll gain character.
Following the rumors, you all eventually headed north. Fleur's pseudo-dragon was the only one that managed to spot the smokestack coming from a cabin in the woods. And you decide to, what's the word? Squat until the owner of the cabin arrived. Dehun tried to sleep on the bed or take a nap on the bed, but then Liv said no, and Shara took the bed. They decided to lay down on the floor, caught sight of a chest.
It's fine.
With the help of Silvar distracting the lion familiar, they opened the chest and found a sword that looked like it was made of crystal. And after a moment or two, a voice was heard shouting from outside the cabin to put the sword away. And Dehun caught sight of them and ran outside to talk with them. Liv got over 30 on a persuasion check to have negotiations. And out of the forest came in a Asimar, Drake Warden, and this weird being that looks like a mix between a alligator snapping turtle and a dragonborn. Yeah, it's a few short words. You found out where Mikhail's horde is, and head back for the Bear Brawler. Well, actually, you head back towards the Sleet Ball to get teleportation back to the Bear Brawler. On the way, Silvar decided to bring an extra person along. Once back in the Bear Brawler, Silvar and his guests departed before anyone could ask questions. And Miss Olivia introduced the rest of Team Dragon God, or Break Out the Dragon Gods, to the Asimar, whose name was Zarana Altane. After the introductions, Mikhail informs Liv that Melaron is in denial, and with that awkward situation, both she and Flora went to bed. And so, we now turn towards the present. Another day is come and gone. It is now the morning. I don't remember what day. I haven't exactly been keeping track of the days. But the mornings are getting colder. Not that many of you notice since you're used to this kind of weather. Except Arson. He's not quite.
Damn.
Arsenal's having a
Imagine not
terrible time.
imagine not having infernal constitution. Imagine being affected by the cold normally. Couldn't be me.
Now, I would actually like to know what time those who, well, everyone except Liv wakes up. And heads towards the main area of the Bear Brawler.
I'll get up like.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll go down there like 8:30 ish.
Okay.
Arson's basically a teenager, so I figured he would go down there like at 11. Like, he's not waking up early for this shit.
Counterpoint, the cat that sleeps with him wakes him up at 3.
Well, yeah, but that's at 3. He's not going downstairs at 3.
Fine, but Arson still gets bit by a lion.
Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Starabon? A particular time when you head back to the Bear Brawler from your tree?
What was that? Sorry.
Is there a time in which you would head back to the Bear Brawler in the morning?
Not really. I don't know whenever the rest of the group is usually awake, I'd say. Or yeah.
All right. Now, Miss Olivia, did you actually decide to sleep the night?
No, she wouldn't. She took her monthly nap.
Yeah, you got your free trial of sleep.
Yeah. I have to change my email account again. It's all good.
This time you have to set up a family account because you're now married.
It's really annoying, honestly.
You have to tell Fleur what the password is.
Fortunately, Anana hasn't, gotten on Liv's ass for sharing her password with her mind dragon.
Alright, so we won't worry about what that little tidbit I had planned. In the morning, when Gorza had after you head down and Fleur's also down there, right? Presume Liv would also be down there as well.
Oh yeah, Liv would have already been down well earlier in the morning.
Okay. well, since you're there so early, around say 6:30, Fleur's grandfather would arrive, followed by every few minutes or so by a tiefling, a freakingly tall elf. You'd have to guess like 7 feet tall at least. A human and a furbolg. Except for Adrianus, like they all look like they're in their 20s. Of course, one of them's an elf, so who knows how old they are. Let's see. Do I still have that token on here, or do I have to get a new one out? Well, a familiar face comes in through the door around 8 o'clock. Liv, you know this person pretty well. Gorza, I don't think you were there that session. But I just need to pull up my description of this person again. Okay. So, in through the doors comes a slender person, almost serpentine. Dark skin, almost like Mexica or Aztec, and long black hair tied into a ponytail, wearing glasses. Comes into the tavern. Looking around a bit, and walks off in the direction of the bar, and then immediately walks over. Well, good morning, everyone. How are all of you doing?
You know, if it wasn't for Fleur next to me, I'd say it's too early for this.
Really? Is that so?
Yes, I know you're bullshit. I know you're bullshit because it's my bullshit. She says, like, looking behind Libertas and, like, motioning, going, no, not that one, that one, that one. No, to your left, that sort of thing. If one were to look over up on the bar, behind the bar where the drinks are, the lion cub is walking back and forth trying to select a bottle for her. Point in case, she says, giving Shara a thumbs up, who just sort of nudges the bottle of alcohol off the bar counter like a cat does with any open glass, waiting for Libertas to notice.
Really? In the morning? Pleasure. Fine. You're paying. Your wife is paying, so. Suppose. I can't question your. What you do with your money.
Libertas, it's my liver. I'm gonna do what I damn well please to it.
Yeah. Take the bottle. Do you just want the entire thing?
Yes, hand it over.
Yeah, put it on the bar.
Right, Liv immediately pours it into her coffee. Shara hops back up. A little disappointed that he didn't succeed in pushing it all the way off. Alright, so what do you need at this godforsaken hour as?
Well, you gave me a little slip to fill out and to give to your wife to evaluate.
Yeah. Hand it to the male lion.
Take out the form, which is. You don't know how, but it's considerably longer now. And gives it to Shara.
Shara happily takes it in his mouth and goes, just happily saunters back over to Fleur and puts it down, and then does that cat thing of like stepping in place to show what he brought, like it was a dead mouse. Speaking of which, Fleur has absolutely at least once already woken up to a dead mouse on the pillow next to her, and Shara doing this.
Pat him on the head.
It's a gift.
Yes. To which the lion cub will go back to Liv's lab. Okay, so you absolutely had his stuff for that contract. Cool. Holy shit, Tong, you're tiny.
Because she's in her fox form. And actually, you see that Chomper and Tong, like in her fox form, are just like in front of the fireplace, staring at each other.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get the one other responsible adult in our party. Hey, Korza.
Yes.
Come on, over here. I have to introduce you to someone.
Is it that scary looking guy?
No, it's no, not the scary looking guy. The hot snake lady.
Oh, that's who I was referring to.
I thought you were talking about the other
Look, I
absolutely.
guess you guys have different tastes.
I thought you were referring to the absolutely different Yuan T here.
Alright. She begrudgingly follows you.
Liv will sit back at her bar stool and just sort of look over expectantly. Go, alright, as Garza has to which she'll lean into Garza. Go. Don't accept anything she tries to give you. Frankly, don't talk to her more than you have to.
What is... I guess it's nice to meet you. What is your purpose for being here?
Oh, I was just here, more so out of curiosity, if have some fun with my old business partner and her wife. I hear she's a bit of a. Oh, what's the word? What is the word, actually? I don't quite know what it is in common.
Having some fun, you said? She doesn't seem that excited to see you.
Oh, well. Liv threatened that if I were to touch her, she'd bite me.
That threat still stands, by the way.
You know how she is with Fleur.
No, as doesn't. As is an interesting figure from my past. And that's all you need to know about it.
Okay, well, frankly, you kind of give me the creeps. So nice to meet you, but I'm gonna go back to my seat. And she goes back to her seat.
Hey, you get consent from that one. Go ahead. Liv says, turning back around to face the bar. I mean, hurt her, and obviously I'm going to have to kill you because you're hurting one of my company assets, but that's just business.
Ah, so many company assets. Is this big fella one of your company assets?
No, but he will break your arm if you touch him wrong. He's also, mentally sick, so
Oh, how
don't.
adorable.
Look, I mean,
Introduce me to your half-Rakshasa stepdaughter. What about the Arakocra?
Other future mumbo jumbo.
She'll over at the Arakocra. Great, another psychic.
Let's see. Then Libertas. Garza and Stirpon now. You're lucky Dayhoon hasn't showed up. For no other reason than he'd try and take a swing at you. The only reason he puts up with me is because we're in the same company.
Such a shame. Well, feel free to take a look at the new agreement that I've put in. I can't stay very long, Business, I have to follow where the money goes.
You kidding? There's plenty of rich assholes here. Many of which have the same business acumen as Fleur here.
Yes, but, selling contrabands is...
She then looks over to Lord Vanderveen and goes, Not that one. That one's intelligent.
I beg your pardon, what are you referring to?
Don't try and scam him, is my point. Not just because he's my grandfather-in-law, but because he knows what he's doing.
Phew, the old man at the table over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps if I get into good places, I can potentially get an inheritance.
I doubt it. That man, A, fucks severely. B, father-in-law still alive in the picture. C, 2 other sisters. And D, fuck off kindly. If I was in it for the money, which I'm not for, I would tell you to politely step off. That being said, Liv will lean in, and presumably Bayfront has a different dialect to Shimver, yes?
A different language and dialect of common, yes.
Okay, well then, using the fact that she lived there for a few years and worked alongside the Yuan-Ti right next, in the Bayfrontian common, just sort of whispering goes, that said, Fleur does have two other sisters. They're triplets. Maybe try your hand at one of them.
We're saying. How quietly were you whispering this to her?
Like quite. She doesn't want someone to overhear. Namely Libertas or Fleur.
Hmm.
Besides, one's a bard. You know how bards are.
Are you sure they're not more like her?
Like lost little puppies, or because yeah, one, to put it respectfully, is kind of a sundry bitch. That was loud enough for Fleur to hear.
Well, if you're talking about Celestia, you're not wrong. So why are you discussing my sisters?
Oh, no, a different sundry bitch. Don't worry about it, Fleur. Um, leaning back in close, good. Exactly. That one. So you know, have fun. Step off my wife.
If she lets me.
Don't literally.
Toodaloo, darling. Toodaloo.
Liv just sighs, takes a sip of her now alcoholic coffee, and turns back around to Gorz and goes, "Look, forked tongue. That's all I need to. That's all I need to do to justify myself. Now I'm gonna go throw. Now I'm gonna go throw a rib cage at Sturbon. He hasn't come in yet.
Yeah, I think he's already coming. He said he would come in when the rest of everyone was.
All right. Oh wait, no, there you are, Sturbon. I'm gonna throw. I'm still gonna throw a rib cage at you.
Why though?
We have morning traditions in this house.
You don't usually throw a rib cage at me.
And this isn't a house for you. This is merely where you're staying temporarily. Well, supposed to be temporarily. I think you've stayed here longer than you've had a house.
Liv pulls out. Liv just sighs, pulls out one of the mummy rib cages, and standing this close to Sturbon, just lightly tosses it at him.
Do we need to roll anything?
No.
Well, are you
Unless-
gonna touch it, or are you just gonna let it hit you?
Well, okay, Miss Olivia, roll a ranged attack.
I seems like an interesting turn of events, but let's try. 19 hit you?
Yeah.
Great. You get beamed by a fucking ribcage, I guess.
You're alright.
Liv then picks up the ribcage and puts it back in her bag next to the government drone. Alright, then that leaves. Do you think. Hey, Gorza, Fleur, do you think Carson came down from his fucking high yet?
Depends, is it 11 right now?
It would be like 8:45.
What did
Then
you say?
no.
What'd you say, Liv?
Do you think Carson's come down from his fucking high?
Um,
I
I would
he's
say
been in
yes,
there for
given
days.
how high his tolerance is. I would say yes.
Alright.
You have such faith in me.
I do.
Liv will walk over, grab the bottle, and look at Libertas. This is a surprise tool that will help me later.
Oh god.
And she walks upstairs to Arson's room and will walk into right up to him in his room as he's sleeping. And presumably he has the water arm uncovered while he sleeps, yes?
Um,
Because doesn't he sleep like either in like a tank
I like
top
to
or just
think like
shirtless?
I don't know. I like
I
to
know
think
we
that he's
covered this
basically a
once.
gremlin, like he just sleeps in his clothes.
Oh, then fine. Liv is a master at undressing people. She will roll up his sleeve for the water arm, and then just start pouring the bottle in.
Really quick, before she does this, can I roll something to see if this wakes him up?
Yes.
Should I roll sleight of hand?
Yeah, you roll
Yes.
sleight of hand. I'll roll
Perception.
Probably.
perception. Whoever rolls higher gets to decide how this lovely interaction goes.
Well,
Ah, fuck yes. God damn.
of course.
I like to think that you managed to get like halfway up, and then Arson like have you ever seen that one like Jimmy like picture where it's just him like waking up and he's all bleary eyed and he's like, what?
Oh yeah. Wonderful. You're awake.
What the fuck are you doing in my room?
Liv just starts dumping the bottle. Get up.
Yeah, fine.
As soon as she sets up, she'll stop pouring it into the water itself and just hand it to him. There.
Sorry, you put out for like most of that. You do what?
We'll stop pouring out the bottle into the arm and hand it to him as soon as he sits up. There. I know normally you just need a constant IV drip of alcohol.
Thanks.
Now come downstairs. You missed the snake lady.
I missed a who? A what?
Snake lady. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I won't.
She will steal your kidney if you give her the chance.
Well, I'll try not to do that.
Arson, when you come down the stairs, you look straight forward, you see what looks like a medium-sized dragon. Over at the table over here.
Okay, not the snake lady I was talking about.
Oh, so we're just making friends with dragon people now? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, right. No, we picked these two up in the wood up north. They want to help us break out the dragon gods.
Oh, right. Wonderful. So we should be nice to them, yes?
Yeah, apparently one of them knows my mind dragon's mom.
You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about that sentence. Julio.
What? I have a dragon attached to my soul living in my mind, and there's a non-zero chance that the woman over there with the medium-sized dragon served her. It makes perfect sense if you understand it.
Oh yeah, no, totally. It makes perfect sense.
Alright, fine. Mikhail, say hi to Arson for me.
In your mind, Arson, in Liv's voice, you hear, "Hello, Arson."
Hi, Mikhail, was it?
Yes.
Are you anything like Liv, or are you like just happen to be a part of her mind? Are you like a clone? Like, what's the deal with this mind dragon business?
I was once a separate entity that had my soul ripped from my body by a couple of deities and then attached to this one. Oh, what? 22,
That's rough,
23
man.
years ago?
Oh, that's rough, buddy. Especially Liv. Wow. Well,
So the line of what is mine, what is hers is very blurred.
it's very extremely literal.
Yes.
Ah, well, are we gonna like be helping you with that? Like getting your soul back to your body? Is that what you want? You want your body back?
Yes.
Or is your body dead? You want a new body? We could get you a new body. I mean, they'll probably not enjoy it, but we can find one.
Okay.
Neither of us wanted this situation. And I doubt that it will be an easy fix.
Well, nice meeting you, I guess. Glad that this is going to be a partnership? Question mark?
I've always been there. I've been there from the beginning. It's just that none of you knew I existed up until we fought that dragon wight a few days ago. Oh, wait a minute, you weren't there. You're high
No.
off your mind.
Yeah.
You got so high that we had to send
As
Tong
he's like
after
getting
you.
berated for that, he's like slowly putting another blunt to his mouth.
Got so high that you got lost and we had to send the Chinese kitsune to find you.
I mean, to be fair, we're tight. Like she gets it. Sometimes in your life, you are going to have to smoke so much weed that you just get blazed for about a month, and then you, I don't know, learn something or whatever. Mostly about how you should not smoke that much weed.
Yeah, that's not going to be a lesson you'll learn easily.
No, it's not a lesson I'll learn for a while, I'm sure.
By the time that the two of you have gone down the stairs, you notice that Turku has arrived. Sitting somewhat expectantly at the table over there.
Ah, sweet. Well, I hope you had a lovely conversation with my mind dragon, Arson.
Yeah, we're cool.
Neat.
We're no more cool than you are with him.
I mean, you know, it was a pleasant first interaction.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that at all, Arson. That was like
Yeah,
to live.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was a more pleasant interaction than first interaction than most of us here. Um. Oh, right. I've been meaning to send this in for analysis, but haven't had the time. So instead of having this clutter up my bag, I'm just gonna hand this to you. To which she'll pull out the jar of the goop she extracted from your chest cavity, Arson, and hand it over.
Wait, you did fucking what now?
Yeah, remember the reattaching your soul bit?
Oh yeah, is this my soul goop?
I don't know what this is. This isn't a soul. It's just goop. But it also seems sentient, and if you do this, she taps a certain knock pattern into it and it just starts screaming.
Aww, it's like a little pet.
Yeah, don't let it out of that jar.
Aw, I'm gonna keep it. What should I name it? I'm gonna name it something.
Man-made horror beyond our comprehension.
Hmm. I'm gonna call it.
Hey, Turku, what the fuck is this goop?
I know, as far as I was aware, that was his soul.
Wait, so everyone just thinks it's his soul. That's terrifying, Arson.
Should I call it flower power? Like soul power, but like.
I don't know, you might want to actually eat it.
You know what? I'm gonna call him FP, and I'm just gonna carry him around. I'm sure nothing bad will come up from
Like,
that.
unironically, Arson, you might just want to eat him.
I don't know. He has feelings. What if I eat him and he doesn't want it?
Tough shit?
No, I'm gonna be a good parent, and I'm gonna not eat him.
Arson, look at me, buddy. If
Uh,
even Turku thinks it's your soul, it might actually be part of you, in the same way that Mikhail's a part of me.
yeah, and because it's a part of me, I know I wouldn't like to be eaten, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to reabsorb it. That said,
Well,
your legs.
what good is having a part of you to take care of when you don't have money to take care of it? Something which I can provide.
I have a ton of money. Like,
I can
I'm
provide you
still
more.
What the?
like,
I actually haven't fed that thing at all. It hasn't withered, but I don't know what it eats or if it eats at all.
well, it's a soul. It probably doesn't even eat.
How well, knowing you, it might eat just like cannabis.
That's oh my god. He like starts taking the blunt out of his mouth and putting it closer to the jar.
It's not much of a reaction.
Aw. How can I even
Actually,
tell it's my son or
actually,
daughter or goop
Liv
monster?
holds. Liv starts thinking this. Actually, oh gods, do you think it's the thing that gave you your like? Yeah, that might be what's making you the fucking avatar.
That is true. But
Yeah,
then again, like
you haven't got like fucking air legs yet, right?
not yet.
Cool.
But at
So
the
we
same time, like I remember when we went to that party, remember like that anti-magic force field shenaniganery?
yeah.
Like at that point, like my avatar state just like stopped. So it's not like an innate part of me like your mind dragon is or whatever.
Well, my until even then, when I was in the anti-magic field, Liv holds up one of her hands. All of this bullshit went away.
Huh.
So that said, I suppose since we've been keeping it in relatively close proximity, that explain why you can
Yeah, that's what I'm
maintain.
saying. Like, why would I eat this when there are so many ways we can experiment with this?
Well, that might be what's maintained the fact that you have quite literally rock hard abs and a water arm, but it also might be keeping you from getting, air dick.
Which I don't even know how that will work, but I guess we'll see.
I mean, on the one hand, I think perhaps we should complete Elemental Voltron. On the other hand, as we all know, the last few seasons of Voltron were kind of shit.
God, don't remind me. Just don't remind me of the last season of Voltron, please.
Well, hey, we all know that the Book of Fire is the last season.
That's true. Yo, like, when am I gonna get my air powers? Like,
I don't know. Despite the fact that I'm now
wouldn't it be cool if I could just straight up disappear? Like, what
No.
if I just turn invisible? That'd be hilarious.
That sounds horrifying for anyone that doesn't have all of their worldly possessions nailed down.
I can just start floating like Marceline from Adventure Time.
I guess. Oh, wait, right. Hey, Mikhail, make me
What?
hover off the ground really quickly.
Make you what?
Just hover, right in place. I want to show Arson something.
The wings begin to move. You get a foot off the ground, or half a foot off the ground.
Liv just sort of looks kind of happy at this and turns to Arson. See, thanks to being in contact with the Mind Dragon, I can apparently fucking do this now. And by I mean Mikhail's the one controlling the wings, but the point stands.
That's very cool. It's like he's like at a child's softball game. Like, oh, that's very cool.
Look, point being is that, you know what? You should join the Powered Flight Club. It's kind of cool.
You hear in your mind, Arson, that's not all I can do. Yeah, you see Miss Olivia's tail like wrap around her legs and it pull him out from underneath her.
That would be a problem if I wasn't hovering.
Well,
so you're just like upside down now?
No, actually, you would have like flown for like a round, then like landed. Then the tail like pulled your legs out from underneath you.
Well, then there's a bigger problem for fucking Libertas. As she falls forward and her horns implant themselves in the hardwood floor, so she's doing effectively a headstand. Mind you, since because of the dragon tail, she's also wearing a skirt, so she's casually flashing the entire bar too.
Like a bad anime.
Yeah. Hey, Arson.
Yeah.
Buddy, I'm gonna need your help here. I would ask Fleur, but I can't really see her. I'm just assuming she's beat red. You're gonna have to pull me out.
Arson looks at Fleur and like she indeed is just like
yes,
very much like useless lesbian, not doing anything.
Like looking forward, like red, like pretending not to see anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to pull me out of the floor.
Like Arson is like grabbing her horns and trying to like.
No, grab me by like the hips.
I'm not doing that. Like I'm just gonna, and he just like is trying to like rip her horns from the floor.
No, that's not going to fucking work. All right, fine. If you're not going to do it, Gorza, can you help me out?
Yeah, Gorza, get your like battle axe or whatever and use it to like pry her open from the floor.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Gorza, do it.
That
Gorza,
seems a little excessive.
No, it's
Gorza,
fine.
just like no. Think like if you were dance partners. Grab my hips and just pull. If If I take out the entire fucking floorboard, I take out the entire fucking floorboard.
No, just use your battle axe as a wedge and just.
Fleur, are you okay if I go the hip route?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. She's gonna grab her hips and hoist her up with all her might.
Okay, so I'm gonna want you to roll athletics.
Understandable. One moment. I can hear myself too for some reason.
Yeah, that's probably me.
That's acrobatics, not athletics, Court.
Oh shit. My bad. I can't read.
Also, a casual reminder: you looks like your thing is set to disadvantage.
Oops.
Yeah.
Let me get my shit together. Alright.
Well,
Yoink.
yes. Liv just pops out of the ground.
There we go. Safe and sound.
Great. To which Liv sort of looks to make sure she's not about to kick Gorza in the face, swing her feet back, and flip around in Gorza's palms. See, and this is why the castle had stone floors. That right there. Sora looks over from her position and goes, "Yeah, no, that's entirely true. The upper east balcony is just full of tiefling holes."
Well, you realize if they were made of stone, then there is a chance that a part of your horn would have been chipped off.
Yeah, Ozamor don't really care about that.
Alright, so for the Swan, I have a proposition for you that I think you might like.
Do tell.
Oh, you're probably gonna have to come over here so that way I'm not shouting across the entire tavern.
Turku,
So comfy
please,
here.
all we do is shout across this tavern.
Look, we got a lovely group over there that is not a part of at all what we were doing. Rather
And
not
when his
disturb them. Particularly because
Missouri-
this is a bit of a private adventure.
Alright.
Turku, when the fuck has that ever stopped us before?
Well, let's just say if a bunch of goody two-shoes get involved, things are going to get a lot harder.
So don't invite Fleur over to this table.
I mean, how likely is she to get the guards involved?
The hell? Well, I know someone who won't. Arson, get your ass over here.
Yo.
Okay. Hey, Arson, scale of 1 to 10, how likely is Fleur going to get guards involved if you do some shady shit?
30%.
Is 30% within your margin of error?
Yeah, I'll go for 60.
I doubt 60% is within your margin of error.
No, I believe it.
60% would not. 30% would be.
Cool. Hey, Fleur, how likely are you going to get the guards involved if we get involved in some shady ass stuff?
It depends.
Yeah, but give me a ballpark estimate here.
I mean, if it's treasonous, then I'm definitely going to get guards involved. It depends how. I don't know.
Let's have her sit this one out.
Liv, just an infernal, is going to write, "Is it treasonous?" and slide it over to Turku, since she knows he has eyes of the Runekeeper.
No, it's not treasonous.
Alright. To which she again and Infernal will write homicide question mark and slide the note back over.
Only if things don't go the way.
Yeah, then I'd put that about like 35% ish. If that's within your margin of error, Turco, then
Yeah, she's fine.
cool.
Besides, I think if she were to get gods involved, I think I could scare her enough. Look, we may be friends, but she makes business hard. I'm gonna do what I can to get her to stop.
Turku, I'm married to her and I would do the same. That said, I think you could scare the guards.
Alright, so word is that there's going to be a auction soon. One of the items up for auction, your ship's artificers theorize, could make your ship go faster.
Speed.
Which would increase profits.
Oh, yeah, no, understandably.
Now, what I am offering is that you go as my representatives. I will be there eventually, but I have a little secret project I'm working on and won't be able to attend until after the item is likely already sold. I would provide you a sum of money to pay for it.
Liv just like is rolling her hand like yeah. Meanwhile, she's very noticeably for Arson and Fleur being next to her in particular, doodling something explicitly for you, Soul. It's Arson in another fancy suit.
Alright. Why Sarson? What?
You kidding? Liv immediately heard auction and proxies, and her first thought was, "Oh shit! I gotta dress up my favorite doll."
Really, Arson's
You
your
know,
favorite
Arson
doll? I
doesn't
would have thought
really
your
get that
your
many new
wife.
clothes. So I think he would be just like low key into it. Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
now I got a nice suit.
oh yeah. No, different type of doll for the wife there, buddy.
Ha! I see. Now, if you happen to, if your bid is less than what I give you, you're free to divvy it up amongst yourselves. I quite frankly have entire fleets worth of gold at my disposal because my patron sinks enough ships, and he doesn't use any, or it doesn't use the gold for anything, so I, being the most powerful of his warlocks, get free reign of it.
Liv looks up and stop doodling for a second and goes, okay, cool. She will quickly jot another note down and hand it to Arson. It just says, "Varsity, yes, no."
Arson just like puts like a heart over yes.
Liv checks it, just kind of slyly smiles and folds it and puts it in her bag. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you need us to attend an auction in your stead, acquire the item, and get it back to the Steel Swan.
More or
Sounds simple
less.
enough.
Yes. That is the long and short of it. I suppose the long of it is it's a bit of a underground black market kind of auction.
Ah, I see. Loud scratching of the pencil as Liv draws in the suit to make it black. Well then, Turco, just give me the when and where.
You know that
Or,
old gang, what were they called? The King's Retainers?
oh yeah.
It's in their old territory. Oh. About 2 blocks down in an alley away from that one noble who was lynched a couple of months ago.
Huh, neat. Yeah, one of Arson's old crime scenes. Got it.
Austin's crime scenes.
Wait, which one was that?
Arson, remember when you lit that noble house on fire?
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
first
I
time,
definitely did
not
do
the
that.
second time. I think you did it twice.
Well, yeah, because so I lit that one house on fire trying to flee a mimic, but then I lit the other house on fire because I was getting kidnapped. I think actually I did it 3 times because I remember at the party when like the distraction was happening with the guards, I also threw a bunch of things that were definitely on fire.
I mean, it's complicated. That second time was definitely half you, half the Celestial Phoenix.
Right. So there definitely was a phoenix. So I say I would only get about 30% of the blame on that one.
Yeah, and as for the party with the Emperor being murdered and all, I mean, I would blame the fire on me and my napalm. Um, cool. Well, Turku, honey, do you have my Business Book of Shadows email? Literally, just send me the details.
He pulls out his Book of Shadows, and within a second, you get a notification on your Book of Shadows with the details.
Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with all of you. I take it you are all going to get involved.
Might as well.
Excellent.
Herku, I'm confused what you get out of this business deal. Because we get the thing that makes our ship go faster. What do you get?
You forget that despite as much as pleasure argues that I don't, I have ownership of the Order of the Swan LLC.
Oh, right. So it's really your ship, not our ship.
Well, no, the legal deed is actually like not in the company's name. Like, how do I put this? Think of it as if like we were a fishing company and we brought our own ship, and then like the fishing company we worked for got bought out by somebody else. Even if like company property still stands, that ship isn't company property.
Right. It's our ship.
Yes.
Is that all your questions?
Is
Well,
it
I mean,
gonna be dangerous?
only
What?
only if somebody arsons it up.
Which, is a very good possibility considering I'm arson.
Yeah. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about somebody dehooning it up, but Um,
So you're saying is the two of you are liabilities.
so when arson does it, it works out on the end. When Daehoon does it, there's no survivors, so it doesn't really matter.
It's like playing Assassin's Creed and figuring that you won't have to stealth if there's no one to catch you.
Yeah. Daehoon takes stealth optional, quite literally.
How wonderful.
Yeah, usually we have to plan around him for a reason. Neat.
Well, you have
Uh,
the date and time. I suppose I should be going.
Alright, see you. Liv looks out.
As he's leaving, a man with the best way for me as a person to describe it would be that this person would have the N-word pass naturally.
Mm.
Yeah, goes over to Turku, like whispers something in his ear, nods, and then they both leave.
Liv looks over to Sorbonne and goes, "No, not you. Never mind. Alright, Arson, Gorza, come on. You have to go get your measurements."
Oh, I have to dress up again.
Yeah?
Is that really necessary?
I like to make sure I have everyone's measurements at all times. And Arson's a growing boy.
Can't I just wear my stuff from the masquerade?
And, by the time that we get from here to the actual tailor shop, I might, have fucking air legs or something. So we really should just get this.
Yeah, that's my point. Let's. So, it's been only a couple of weeks since I last had to make clothes for Arson. And, well, Gorza thankfully can help me pick up some of the slack on such short notice. She did also mostly make her entire costume. So, let's go get your measurements taken, Arson. At least you. Though probably, yeah, you too, Gorza.
Alright.
Don't worry, I'll incorporate your armor into it.
That's the least we could do.
Just Liv just sort of like taps, just pulls Sturban's shoulder to look at him and goes, "You just make sure you don't smell like wet dog. Okay? I know you have formal wear it, but wet dog is not a good thing for you to smell like for a black market auction." Before and then she walks away, leading her Congo lion out to the tailor.
Great.
Right. You're leading people out.
Yeah, Gorza and Arson to go get measurements taken. Liv could do it, but now that she's a married woman.
You have to take care of your kids.
Well, kid. But she's just being nice to Gorza. But also, how comfortable would Fleur really feel with Liv feeling up another woman? Even if it is for measurements.
You don't know, you haven't asked her.
And Liv doesn't want to find out the answer to this, so she's getting a professional to do it.
All right then. uh, so you're going to do the same thing with making said clothes.
Oh yeah, Liv will just get raw materials because she can make them in the time between here and the actual black market auction.
Don't mind me, I'm just setting up a different map with particularly the people involved. Right, so you go to the tailors, and it's not hard to find, at least for Gorza and Arson, because you don't have the problem that Liv does in getting lost. So, Liv gets turned around, like, immediately out the door. But able to find the tailor nice and quick. And I'm pretty sure you would want these done ASAP.
Yeah, that said, while they're busy, Liv is going to hit up another market stall and get like some of those festive pine cones you throw into a fire to make it smell like cinnamon, and just a bar of soap for Gorza and Arson, respectively.
Okay.
Part of it's because she wants to throw pine cones at Arson, but part of it is she knows if she puts it in his hair, he'll smell like cinnamon for a few weeks.
That is true. He's basically like a human humidifier.
And it's much easier than just giving him a bath.
Okay. So, who is paying for Arson and Gorza's clothes? You're both paying yourselves?
I guess it depends.
I mean,
Yes, pay for the materials, boy.
I don't want to pay. Why do I have to pay for the materials?
They're your clothes.
Yeah, but they're also Gorza clothes.
Oh, you pay for your materials.
But you're the one making them. Like, if you
Yeah.
commission an artist to like make art, you don't have to buy their paints. They have paints.
Yeah, and I'm not charging you for the time that it takes for me to make it, but I am going to charge you for the goods that I have to acquire to make it. All right?
Is that the trade-off?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. How much is it?
Let's see. You're just paying for the materials. You're not paying for time.
I guess.
Yeah, because Liv is going to make them.
All right. Let's say, and you want these to be fine clothes, correct?
Yeah.
So 10 gold for.
Oh, that's it?
materials.
Wow, okay. I was making way too much ado about nothing.
Well, look. The thing that I'm looking at here says fine clothes is 15 GP. Now, that would take into account materials and the time put into them. As well as person selling them has to make a profit somehow.
Gorza will actually give Liv the full 15 because she doesn't want her to work for free.
I do. She makes me work for free all the fucking time.
I mean,
prerogative.
Liv won't say shit to it. She'll just take the 15 gold.
I mean, Gorza doesn't want to do it. She's not really into fashion. She doesn't think she even has to dress up, so she's grateful for Liv's service.
Mm-hmm. Um,
All right.
oh yes, Arson, when you reach into your wallet, you find an IOU written in Daehoon's handwriting for 48 GP.
Is that from something? What's that from?
From Liv taking out 48 gold pieces to pay for teleportation.
Oh yeah.
But do you think Liv isn't going to throw Daehoon under the bus on that one?
It's like it basically I like to think that like you can clearly tell it's like Liv's handwriting but trying to look bad. He's
Oh
like,
no. Liv is actually like a master forger, so it looks exactly like Daehoon's handwriting. But it doesn't take a genius to realize that Liv was probably the one that actually took from him.
yeah.
Um,
um, that's a good point. What is? Did we roll for that earlier?
for
Roll
the
for
gold? Oh, for the making the clothes?
No, not the clothes. The forgery.
No, because it part of her background is that she can just uh copy people's handwriting.
Does it say that in the stats or the background?
Yeah, it's the background. I did like part of the charlatan thing is that uh they can just forge any official papers for someone else and commit identity theft.
Oh boy, that is not enough light. Um. Okay.
There, that's it. But like Liv does also have proficiency in a forgery kit, but it does just straight up say if you've seen their handwriting before, you can copy it.
Okay. All right. So, while Liv is making your clothes, what do the rest of you do?
Oh yes, once you return to the bear brawler, I'm sure I'm gonna have to roll for this, but our Arson's going to get pelted by a pine cone. Don't worry, I'll roll an attack. Hey, does a 17 hit you, Arson?
Well, I guess it depends.
What's your AC?
Well, it's 14, but I have shield, so would I be able to react fast enough to cast shield?
I mean, Liv is doing this as we return to the bear brawler into the back of your head.
I still feel like as though I should be able to roll perception.
Liv, are you trying to be quiet about it?
I, it's quiet as she can be. She hasn't actually told Arson that she got these things.
Roll sleight of hand.
Maybe this time I'll get better than an 8. Yeah, that's much better than an 8.
All right. Can you even roll perception that high? Actually, no. It would just go off of your passive. So no, you don't see it coming.
Okay.
Never see it coming.
I saw that coming though.
To which
I was not expecting that, but I was expecting not expect that, so it doesn't count.
to which Liv will just hand the rest of the bag of pine cones to Arson after the first one burns up in his hair. There.
I suppose he takes it.
way you smell nice for the party. Yeah, let's call it a party and not what it actually is. She then hands over a rather nice bar of soap to Gorza. You know, I figured you'd like to take another bath.
Oh, this is awesome, Liv. I'm
Yeah,
gonna smell so good.
I try not to take baths, but that's because I tend to make things saunas.
Well,
Actually, I
as
think
long as you
Arson.
don't smell bad.
Actually, I think Arson does a similar thing.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't want to offend my fellow blackmail auction patrons with my odor.
Exactly. To which Liv will then head up and start making the clothes.
So the auction isn't for another day, so you have plenty of time to make them. You have plenty of time to prepare.
Great.
In fact, you have another day, all of you.
Sometime in that preparation, making clothes, Liv would ask for Gorza's armor, and presumably she wears something like a doublet or the like underneath it. That too. Um, Liv would, offer some of her clothes, except for the fact that Liv is about half of Gorza's height. So,
There's like 8 inches between the two of you. That's not
yeah,
half the height.
okay. I was
And
overselling the half orc, but the point stands is that they're way too small.
I'm guessing Liv isn't really a stocky build either.
No, Liv is very small.
She's a small
Yeah,
girl.
I've always imagined her being very thin and tiny.
She is. The only thing that might be comparable is cup size, and that's for two very different reasons.
One thing that would be noteworthy for those of you that are paying attention, you haven't seen Silvar all day.
Would anyone notice that with all the shenanigans? I don't think Arson would notice.
I don't think we would.
Yeah.
I don't think we care enough about poor little Silvar.
It's like, don't get me wrong, we're friends with Silvar, but like Arson got downstairs, like coming off of his high from that lasted for about a month, and I don't think he was gonna be really receptive to that kind of thing.
Okay, well, Arson wouldn't even have had anything noteworthy in the first place. Gorza probably would have taken notice. Weren't you going to interrogate him about the person that he brought with you through the teleportation circle before he stormed off?
I was kind of in the middle. I was kind of in the middle of that before he just kind of booked it. So I would say, yeah, I would notice.
Liv, I think you're too busy with the clothes.
I don't think Liv would care one way or the other. The only reason she would notice is to make some sort of quip about a poor servant leaving his post.
Liv, he's not my servant.
Damn. Aran, I think you're gonna have to punish him. I can't believe he's just leaving her unattended.
No, I don't think Gorza would comment on Silvar being not here because she would assume that the leader of the group, if the leader of the group was concerned about it, she would tell everybody else. But that hasn't happened.
The only time when you would see him would be like around dinner time when he appears for just a moment before scampering off again.
Suspicious, but not out of character.
Oh, fuck. If he's looking awfully shady coming into the bear brawler and then like trying to scamper off through the front door.
He doesn't scamper off to the front door. He scampers off to. Let me just pull this up. So he doesn't scamper this way. He scampers that way.
So up through the rear?
Actually, I don't think any of you have been down this way.
Well, either way, does he look shady as fuck? I mean, more than he usually does.
A little insight.
Oh, we'll roll an insight for the person that actually is going to care. Spoiler alert, it's not Liv. Insight. $14.
He is definitely in a hurry.
Neat. Then, well, she's acted on less. As he is trying to run off, a dome of force, like, just appears around him.
Whereabouts?
Like, let me pull up the spell. It's, or, no spells. 5th level. So centered on him, vertical, no. So, not trying to, 1 second. Do I have a 10-foot circle in my spell AoE? Oh, 15-foot spear, that will do. Then, yeah, because you wouldn't want to trap. So, it would probably be just centered around him. Right? Like, I can't actually resize it, but, about that,
Yeah, about there.
Like that. Around him.
I see.
As Zorath will just lazily saunter over and knock on it. Hey, buddy.
What do you want?
What have you been up to?
Who wants to know?
Oh, a friend. I can't also delete the spell token, so
Really?
off to the void it goes. Yeah, I can't. I can't delete tokens.
You're learning something new every day. But it makes sense.
Yeah. You know, it's just important to understand where friends of ours might be going off in such a hurry this late at night. Especially if you haven't been here all day.
Oh, I've been here, just I got a different room from when I have been staying in.
Oh, well. You've been awfully quiet today. That's interesting. I believe Gorza was looking for you. Should I go get her?
I'm stressed enough as it is right now. What do you
Alrighty
want?
then. Alrighty. Well, tell you what, buddy. Sarath just sort of leans in, looking at the caged lizard she has. Uh, this little thing.
He's like carrying 2 trays of food.
That's a lot of food you have there too. Want to explain what's up? You feeling hungry, little man? Or do you
Well,
perhaps have
yeah.
somebody stowed away back there?
Are you that oblivious? I practically came running down with her down the stairs.
Oh, I see. Well, if you've been feeling stressed, I suppose you do need a breather. Don't worry. That will last for the next 10 minutes. I'll go get Gorza in the meantime. Sarath walks off, like eating a dinner roll. Hey, Gorza, friend, sweetie.
Yes.
You wanted the lizard, right?
I had a few questions for him, yeah?
Well, Liv will point over to Silvar trapped. He's all yours.
Oh, we look at that. That's so convenient.
To which she'll return back to the table that she was sitting at with her sisters.
Gorza will saunter over here and just speak over the wall.
Oh, you can speak through it. Like, sound can go through it. He just can't physically pierce it.
Okay. Hey, Silvar,
Yes?
I think now would be a good time to explain who was chasing us before we went through the portal. I think you know something about that, don't you?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, just villagers. Superstitious ones. Perhaps
And
overzealous ones.
what are they superstitious of, Silvar?
The unnatural? Or at least what should be perceived as unnatural.
Talking about the portal?
No. That individual that I came with. What she was carrying.
Which was?
Okay, let me just put it this way. First, I am not what we kobolds refer to as a fleshy, since that one over there seems to refer to anyone that takes a liking to non-humanoids as scalies. I don't swing that way. And, normally, at least, but drunken night of tomfoolery has some, let's just say, consequences. Consequences that I was not aware of till yesterday.
Okay. That's pretty, what's the word? Ominous. So, can you just tell us who you were with? Because it seems like she's the reason that you were in trouble.
It's not me that was in trouble, it was her. She would have been burned at the stake for my interventions. Name's Orithane Crimson Gaze. An elf. And like I said, a drunken night of tomfoolery between two consenting adults, or at least as consensual between two drunk individuals.
Oh, wait. Are you saying you got laid?
Yes.
And why do all those villagers care that you got laid?
As the result of what can happen, at least, well, yes, if I were a human or an elf, people wouldn't have cared. However, the fact that this thing is not elf, not holy anyway, and not holy kobold. How many of those do you hear going around?
Gotta say it's my first time.
Exactly.
So
People, they don't expect something that looks like a kobold to come out of a elf, and they call her a monster. Right, burn her at the stake.
Silver. You use protection, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, silver bud.
Look, both of us were drunk. I barely even remember that happened.
No,
great.
Silvar hears in his mind, in Zorath's voice, that doesn't excuse you not gloving it.
I love how this entire conversation is just Silvar, like, okay, so
Like,
when a drunk Silvar and then a drunk half kobold, half elf love each other very much, they create a mistake. And
they made an affront to the gods. But yes, since fucking Sorath, he has definitely a weirdly high passive perception, but also sending. Silvar does hear that in his mind, as that doesn't excuse not using protection, Silvar.
Okay.
After you.
So now what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
pay child support.
Yes, Arson is talking in my head. Yes, I do plan on doing that.
Except Sorath, I think, is helping me with this.
Yeah, Sorath would have said that in Silvar's mind.
Sorath is just like being totally catty, and it's just like, oh my god, guys, you won't believe.
Oh yeah, no,
The
she's
drama.
not saying anything to her sisters that she's sitting with, but she is absolutely poking in Silvar's mind telepathically, going, "Pay child support, then, you dumbass." Or do what lizards do, or do what lizards do: eat the child.
Okay, listen, lizards may do that. We as a society don't do that.
Silence, arson conscience.
So yes, that is the gist of it.
That said, if anything, I figured that they would want to burn down the local kobold enclave. Not blame the woman.
That is.
Something tells me your cousins up north are going to get murdered. To which, if Silver looks over to Sorath, she's just obnoxiously sipping her wine. eyes turned back to him, but still like facing the table.
So that's what I've been doing all day. Now,
Okay.
Fleur did come talk with me. She learned from Libertas where the two of us are at, and well, she and my patron had to sit down.
Well, you consider the Order of the Swan your friends, right?
That's a very long pause.
Look, you and Fleur are trustworthy. Sterbon is Sterbon. Liv, Arson, and Daehun. Let's just say there's a mutual respect between Pleasure and I, but that's just it. It's not necessarily trust or friends. I mean, we're both charlatans. We both make a habit of pretending to be people that we are not.
As Sorath walks over, she leans against the wall of hers, and to Silver goes, "You're aware what happened to the man who was supposed to be my brother-in-law, right?
No.
He was burned at the stake for committing an affront to the gods and sleeping with a tiefling."
Sounds like fun.
And she sips her wine again. "Frankly speaking, if anyone here would understand what you're going through, it would be Liv."
Silver, I know we don't know each other that well, but I think you're a pretty cool guy. So if you need help, I'm here, Fleur's here. And I mean, I trust the rest of them, but if you don't trust them, I guess that's on you.
Why trust me?
Sorath just turns and looks back at Silver. "Honestly, dumbass, frankly
mean-
speaking, you know 3 Hallofiends alone, and whatever the fuck is going on with little Erdic over there," she motions to Arson.
He just throws up a peace sign.
"Half of us here are affronts to the gods. Do you genuinely think we wouldn't welcome that child with open arms?"
Well, now that you put
That
it that way, perhaps there's some merit to telling you all.
that said, why not hand over the child to Iran? Put it in the old hyperbolic time chamber, as it will.
Oh, look, it's not just my decision, it's hers as well.
Who knows? Maybe she'll want to eat it.
That's a very interesting point. So, Arson, you actually, could be onto something.
It's
Frankly,
like at that point.
I'm kind of surprised that, child cannibalism is a very common thing in the animal kingdom so far. I don't know why that wasn't your both of yours immediate thought.
Well, cannibalism is taboo among humanoids.
Just pull a fucking Kronos. What's the worst that could happen?
You get your nutsack cut off, and you die, and you
No,
have to
no,
swallow up the stones, and
No. Getting your nuts cut off is Aranos. Wrong dude.
oh well, you still die.
Well, no, technically Kronos is still alive. He's just locked up in the bowels of the underworld.
Oh yeah, no, totally. That's definitely way better than just dying. You're right.
Exactly. But do you honestly think Silvar here could produce a Zeus?
No, I've seen weirder shit happen.
And Sorath just sips her wine and goes, no, yeah, you're right.
Look,
Anyways,
along with all of their funky divine granted stuff, I also have powers that are above that of a cleric. For some god's forsaken reason.
fair enough. That said, knowing the fair, I'm sure Ron would actually be chill with you eating your child too. But since apparently that's not the option you want to go with, Sorath will just rummage through her things and pull out the deed to the parcel of land she has and just hold it up to the wall of forest and goes, how about that?
What about it? It's your deed.
Yeah, it's my land. I gotta do what I damn well please on it. If that's harboring something that the common folk might consider a monstrosity, then fuck them.
Let me think about this. Let us think about it.
Cool. I'm not dropping that wall of force. Uh, the to which she'll stand up, goes, and walk over to the bar and lean over and go, "Hey, Libertas,
Yes?
I'm gonna need another tray of food."
Okay. Hey, may I ask why?
Yeah, Silvar's not going to get out of that dome until the food he has is cold.
I see.
Silver, thanks for telling the truth.
Yeah.
It
Now,
makes me trust you more.
sit down on that chair and eat your food. You're in timeout, mister.
It's like we're all here to support you, but you're still, yeah, you still have to go in the corner.
We love you and we're here for you, buddy. But you're still in timeout.
So you'll take a seat here and wait for him to get out. So he's not all alone.
Sorath will too. And then just as the 10 minutes are up, the wall flickers from existence and then reappears as Sorath absolutely just casted it again.
You're gonna make him tell everyone, aren't you?
Sorath just chuckles. I have at least one more spell slot to cast it with. If he doesn't crack within the next half hour, then that's on him.
Silver, just let me know if you gotta use the bathroom.
No, I'm not a monster. She snaps her fingers to allow the walls to cloud up. See? Privacy screen.
Oh, neat. So we can just shit on the floor?
He is a tanker.
Oh, wow. So dignified, Sorath.
I don't know about you, sweetheart, but I've done it in worse.
It's not like a brag. Like, that's
Weird
worse.
flex. But alright.
Yeah, it's like believe it or not, this isn't even the grossest thing I've done. It's like wow.
Arson, if you know anything about my homeland, you know our greatest flaw is hubris. Why else do you think my sister tried backflipping off the roof of the building?
How did that go, by the way? I don't think I was here for that.
Not well. She did it again, then actually flew, to her credit.
Like, well, I guess you have to take baby steps. And baby falls off the building.
So, once the 10 minutes are up, the wall of force goes down and Silver's not there.
Fuck, he left us like he left his kid.
I can't believe he would do that.
Then he comes walking around the corner, flips you off, and then goes back down the corridor.
He left us like he left his kid. I can't believe he would do such a thing.
I mean, you did try to trap him.
And I would do it again given the chance.
The day passes, and the next day comes. Miss Olivia, while you're working on the clothes, Silver would come into the room, just kind of awkwardly sit there. And eventually you would be informed, but it's like kind of a toss-up between whether or not who starts the conversation.
Liv is too busy working and just motions him to a chair.
Long and short, you're informed of what happens. And that he misty steps through the wall of force, by the way.
Oh, magic doesn't go through it.
I just checked, and survey says you can teleport through a wall of force.
Liv just sort of... Oh, okay. Well, so if the whole fucking story is being told to Liv, then very fun for anyone else in a block radius. As she accidentally pricks herself with the needle and, like, actually lets out rather audible throughout the entire building of just, what the fuck? Damn. Silver, hand me those bandages.
It hands you one.
Thanks. Ow. Okay, so let me get this straight. You fucked a girl, forgot to use a condom, dumbass. Got her pregnant, and then the village, despite the fact that most normal people would blame the kobold in this situation, wanted to burn her at the stake for committing a sin.
Well,
Yeah,
the problem is, Liz, her pleasure is that they didn't know. You'd have to get the full story from her because I was sub-adult when I first met her. Point being, she was kind of the caretaker of the nesting area for years. And didn't really see much outside of our tribe. Something must have happened to where she left, and then got caught up in that town, and things happen.
Look, friend, all I'm saying is that the Fae on a regular do weirder shit. High key, they're going to blame any local kobolds as the one that, and I quote, raped this woman. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, current year, she's going to get locked up in a sanatorium either way because, hysteria. But, alright, fine. I get your goddamn point. Trust me, I do. My god. She says, sucking on the finger that got pricked.
That's why I decided to come to you, because your sister said that you went through something similar.
Yeah, I thought you knew, dumbass. I'm not exactly secretive about it. Let's see. Have you considered throwing it in the hyperbolic time chamber?
I have. I don't know if she has.
So, yeah, throw the kid in the hyperbolic time chamber. 18 minutes pass out here, and voila, you have an adult child.
It's going to be incredibly awkward.
Oh, really? You're going to talk to me about how awkward it is to have a child that's an adult?
I wasn't
Really?
telling you, I was telling myself.
Actually, that raises an interesting question.
What?
If we stayed in touch long enough that Harmony knows of you, do you think said child might have gotten transported back in time too?
Maybe? You want to ask her if she recognizes me?
You know, that might be something. Yeah, I'd take that up with Harmony.
Well, I'm not, because I don't care enough.
I would if I were you. Look,
Okay,
dumbass, it's still your child.
I need something to get this off my mind. Do we have a job?
Oh, right, you weren't here. Yeah, black market auction.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, the cooler kobold in my life told me about it.
Yeah, normally I would be offended, but I know who you're friends with. And I agree, he is much cooler than I am.
Yeah, you're a fucking charlatan, of course you do. Yeah, dress well for the occasion.
Already thought of what I'm going to wear.
I figured as much, but you know,
As unless your wife
and
wants to get me dressed up.
take that up with her. I would presume she can dress herself, so that's why I'm not making clothes for her.
At the very least,
Arson
you
and
could buy
Gorza.
something for her. Or herself.
Oh, yeah, Arson and Gorza, on the other hand, let's be real. Arson in particular. I mean, at least Gorza, like, her default is the fucking armor. But Arson, given the chance, might just unironically show up in a Speedo.
What part of my personality makes you think that I would show up in a Speedo?
Yes. All of it. Especially while high.
Like,
Or
if
drunk.
anything, I would more likely walk up to a black tie event wearing like Cheeto crusted sweatpants and like a Black Ops hoodie than a Speedo.
Point stands. Mind, Arson, you can't dress yourself.
That is okay. That part we can both agree with.
Liv just sort of like nods along, goes, "Yeah, sorry, Makil, you have to deal with the mind arson too."
I've been dealing with it before.
Well, now I can officially apologize to you, so take it. Fucking asshole.
Like, yeah, that's about as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah, well then, ask Flora if she wants to dress you up. And actually, and she'll put her not wounded hand on Silvar so she doesn't bleed all over him. Mostly because he's a kobold, and her blood boils. It would hurt him. Uh, Sit down with Harmony. Make sure your child didn't get teleported back in time. Because if If they did, we're gonna have to find them. You know, make sure they don't die. Again, your child. And something tells me, given the fact that you haven't already done it, and you're presumably talking to my sister last night, you didn't go with the lizard option of just eating the child. So you actually fucking care about it.
Oh, it's the closest
Now,
thing I have to an heir.
yeah, your Empire of Dirt definitely needs an heir, buddy.
Harsh.
The things you don't know.
Antigone, please. You're playing second fiddle to Fleur, and you're a charlatan. With all due respect, you don't have shit.
I can't wait for like the second art, like the next arc when we find out that Sylvar has been like a Nigerian prince this entire time.
Hey, who knows? Maybe he did run that scandal once or twice before.
Exactly. Like he
you might
lies
have
to
money,
people about
buddy,
it, but he actually genuinely just is a Nigerian prince.
Antigone, as you yourself, you absolutely do not have anything. And I'm saying this using your real name here to point out that I am the only one here who knows your real name.
Alright. You told Starborn and Fleur also knows my name.
Okay, you get my point.
Is that all?
Yeah,
Or do you have other
get out
words
of
of advice?
pay child support, don't stab your child on the stomach, and no matter what, they don't care about proper etiquette lessons. Yeah, they'll probably need it to be a polite member of society, but you're going to bore the shit out of them.
Why do you think I'm your dad? And he walks out before you have time to respond. Arson, what have you been doing this morning?
Well, like apparently telepathically leaking with Michal.
There are a couple people that you haven't met before.
That is true.
Yeah, it's also been a while since you've talked with Tong or Chomper.
You know what? Actually, since it's 10 o'clock and I got work tomorrow, I think Arson is gonna just take a siesta.
Well, either way, you got the lion to help you out.
Okay, yeah, so speaking of which, even though we don't have school next week, is Saturday still good for next week with everyone? I'm moving in that day, but I really should be moved in by that time since I'm coming in the morning.
God, I would hope you are. I'm not moving, so it doesn't matter for me.
You're staying in Idaho?
Yeah, I'm transferring to Boise State.
That's fine for me.
Ander?
Moment you forget you muted yourself. Yeah. It's fine with me.
Alright, so we'll plan for next Saturday.
So